right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. So tonight we're going to talk about Doge, right? We've heard of Doge coin, but this is something different, right? Elon Musk and President Donald Trump, since taking office, have put together DOGE, which is the Department of Governmental Efficiency. And for many people, this is alarming, right? Because if you are a government worker, you potentially could be forced out of your job. To give you more insight on what DOGE is pretty much, like I said earlier, a government efficiency program or thing that they put together to essentially weed out all the inefficiencies of government. They were looking at government and they're like, you know what, we have too many employees, we have too much redundancy going on, and we need to eliminate certain roles because that's costing the country way too much money, right? And for a lot of people, when you look at it from a business perspective, it makes sense from a business perspective because when you look at the country as a profit and loss income statement, then what are you trying to do? You're trying to cut costs, you're trying to reduce expenses to create a profit. And, when we look at our spending, we are in trillions of dollars of debt, but on the flip side, whenever you eliminate certain roles, you potentially could be losing certain expertise, certain experience, certain people that can really make things happen in the government just because you're trying to reduce expense. So the question for all of you who are watching, and if you're watching this on replay, make sure you type replay in the comments. But for those of you who are watching, can the government be run? Can our country be run as a business? Right? A lot of people, when we look to bring President Trump into office, a lot of people stated that he has a business background that could be very, very helpful for the country. And now we're starting to see, obviously it's his second term, but we're starting to see a lot of things that he's doing have business undertone to it. So the question is, can you run the country like a business and be successful? Because when we look at business, there's a lot of decisions that you have to make sometimes that might not be in the best interest of certain people because these are things that have to happen, such as you might have an employee that may not be producing and they have to go. So you have to transition them out of the company. I mean, it might just not even be one employee. It might be hundreds of employees. You might be in a situation where COVID-19 happens and you have to transition a ton of employees out of your company because you don't have any money to pay them. These are very tough decisions that CEOs and entrepreneurs have to make every single day in their business. And you have to make them very quickly. You can't sit on these decisions. I've seen people sit on very important decisions in their business where they didn't make the decision. And so now their business ended up losing so much money. And now they had to claw back and figure out how to make that money back, right? So when we look at the country and we look at President Trump and some of the decisions that he's making very, very quickly, does it make sense? From a business perspective, I can see how it would make sense. But from a people perspective, I can see how it may not make sense to many. There's a lot of government people, a lot of people who are in government jobs that have been in those positions for years. And, based upon my research, they are offering a situation to where if you were to leave or voluntarily quit, they will pay you through the end of September. So when you think about it, a lot of people that are quitting, even though their payroll will come off the books, you still have to take care of pension and other things that come into play whenever someone is leaving out of your company. So we talked about pension, 401k, different separation plans, right? You have to take care of those things, especially for longer tenured employees. So is that adding cost? Obviously it is, but is the cost that's being added, whenever you look at the cost that would be on the books if they didn't lay these people off or move them out of the government, which number weighs higher? And without me looking at the numbers, I would think that if people were to leave by September and you paid them through September and you took care of their retirement and other things, then now you have a situation where the books are not necessarily clean, but they are much better moving forward, right? So it's a very, very tough conversation because it involves people. It involves everyday people. It involves people who are in position to make certain decisions in the country. Who are they going to choose to lay off? Well, obviously it's voluntary. So there might be a situation. I think from what I'm seeing, 60,000 people have already said, hey, I want to voluntarily lay myself off and move on in my career. But who in the government, let's say these voluntarily people move out and it's still not enough and they have to move more people out. Who do you choose? Who do you choose to move out of their role in order to meet the budget guidelines that you have set so that you can get in a better spending situation for the country? Obviously there's other things that could be done, right? There's money being sent to different countries. There's so many things that are being done in the government that President Donald Trump is going to have to figure out how to maneuver. And we see he's come in and he's already done 50 executive orders. And it's been a lot in the past, literally almost month. I think it's been a month since he's been in office, and he's made a lot of orders happen. And I feel like a few of them actually have been blocked, but we see the speed at which he's operating. So the question is, can the business be run? No, excuse me. Can the government be run as a business and be successful? Because when you look at business is not personal, right? So you take the feelings out and you make decisions. But when you look at normally, historically, whenever you run a country, it's not necessarily ran as a business, even though there are business undertones to it. There's more non-business decisions being made, right? So this is a very, very interesting thing that's happening. And I want to know you guys' opinions. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions or any concerns, right? If you're someone that supports this, I want to know your thoughts. If you're someone that feels like this is something that you don't necessarily support, I want to hear from you as well. For me, I'm in between, right? I'm waiting for this to play out to see what's going to be the actual benefit behind it. For me, I'm someone that, I let things happen. Decisions are made and I kind of let things play out and see how it's going to go. And then if things don't go according to plan, then now it's like, okay, what needs to happen to fix that? But when you have a president in office, right, we have not hired, but we voted someone into office. All of our not hope, but it's like when someone has been picked into office, you trust them, right, to make the right decisions for the betterment of our country. So time will tell. We will see what ends up happening. But yes, Elon Musk and President Donald Trump have established DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. Will this backfire or will it be a home run? When you look at it from just the outside looking in, when I think of government efficiency, I'm thinking of, like I said earlier, the redundancies that are happening in the government between jobs and different tasks and different things. When you look at it from a P&L income statement perspective, it's like, okay, there's a lot of different positions that people are being hired in, and it doesn't make sense for all these people to have been hired. Do we really need all these government workers in working the same job? Can it be a situation where less is more, right? Less people can handle the different jobs or the different roles that are being put out there? Only time will tell. But yes, I look forward to hearing from you guys. We're going to definitely talk more about the different policies being rolled out. I'm excited to just see what all comes out of this, and for our government, and not even the government, but for the country to move forward and to move forward in the best way possible. 2024 was rocky. 2023 has been rocky, and it's time for this country to get back from an economic standpoint. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. And I appreciate all you guys. If you haven't subscribed, like, comment, let me know your opinions. Also, you can follow me on all the other different platforms at Ephraim CPA on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. So looking forward to hearing from all of you. And until next time.